even most of you have Twitter accounts, Facebook accounts that you use from a business perspective. And it would be nice to be able to back up the contacts, the wall posts, those endorsements that you get, retweets, followers, all of that, in the case that your account is violated in some way. So the ServerSave program, what do you get with the ServerSave program when you're coming into SOS? Well, it's Exchange Backup and Granular Recovery, so there's not a separate module that you have to pay for. It's just included with the ServerSave license, so you can recover all the way down to the message level, individual contact, calendar item, etc. You can also migrate an entire Exchange server, so very powerful stuff there. Bare Metal Image Creator and Image Stream. So Image Creator is the application that we are using to create the images of different system volumes, whether it's your application database or anything of that nature. And then Image Stream is an upload agent that is specifically designed to take these large image files off-site. So that's very nice. That's been a big limitation of image-based backup in the cloud is, well, no one's program is really designed to do that. Well, that's exactly what we designed this program to do, is take these large files off-site. Pulse Centralized Management, this is an agent-based system where you install Pulse alongside each backup deployment, and it will report back to you with date of the backup, start time, end time, total files backed up, files not backed up, etc. So that's nice. Again, with our system, you could always monitor those types of things with any third-party management system that you have just through the Windows Event Viewer. But with this, we give you a little more granular view when it comes to what actually happens with the backup. So that's nice. Online backup and recovery, this is that endpoint solution. What can you put on a workstation or laptop that's both simple and easy to use and secure? Premier Web Integration. This is a big part of helping our partners get to market. The web integration package, and the reason we call it a web integration package is because it was based off our partners' needs to integrate our APIs into various merchant systems or any other kind of proprietary website. That way your customers wouldn't have to log into our website, or you wouldn't have to log into our website just to get to here if you were on site. It would just seem as if it was all in-house. And it's nice. It supports Authorized.net, PayPal Pro, and PayPal Standard. You don't actually have to do any integration. We've done this for you. It's just to describe what the package does. And you just plug in your information and you're good to go. We turn around the web integration packages pretty quickly. The standard turnaround for our partner programs these days is within 2 weeks. Of course, there's things on both sides that we need to get it done, but that was versus the 3 months or so and the $10,000 that we were finding our partners to be spending on third-party developers working with systems they weren't really familiar with or anything else. And then we have the mobile applications, which we will be releasing in a neutral branded format for all of your users to take advantage of. So we have, again, the Droid we just released with SOS, and we expect by the end of this quarter to have it as a neutral brand that your customers could use. Of course, you could always co-brand our service and powered by SOS, and then there's nothing stopping you from having all your users using that. iPhone application in the same boat, although Apple's a little more finicky in what we can submit in, so it is submitted under SOS technologies, and then we'll move into BlackBerry as RIM get their things together.
Does anyone have any questions? Especially as we move through features, and we're going to get to competitive information here in a second.
All right, Tim has a good question. Does it work with management programs like Kaseya? Well, we don't have a specific plugin or module for Kaseya, but Kaseya is one of those flexible programs where they're really moving towards a brand agnostic, management. So as long as you know what program you want to monitor, you can do that. And again, the service runs as a Windows managed service, so you can follow the service, you can follow the scheduled task, you can follow the executables, the Windows Event Log Viewer. Pretty flexible in what you want to do there. So here we have a competitive comparison of where the SOS product before ServerSave and what ServerSave was and who we were competing against.
Yeah, so previously the SOS Business File and Folder Program and the SOS Home Program competed strictly really with the big guys, Carbonite and Mozy, and still beat them out on a lot of features, particularly in upload speed. If you go to the business page of our website, you'll see a speed test page, and that shows how much faster our upload time was versus Carbonite and Mozy, and that's because we don't throttle data. We want you to get it up in the cloud as quickly as possible. So SOS is an extremely quick solution. Also, automatic and infinite archiving is something that we found to be necessary and not really a nice to have about online backup. If you're going to back up stuff, it should always be there. Every version of it, every file should always be there. We don't believe in limiting you to retrieval for 30 or 45 days. You can recover any of your data at any time. Also, we don't limit to where you can back up. You can use our software to back up to any location. You can back it up to a thumb drive if you want to. I don't really know why you'd want to do that, but that's just an example of how flexible our solution is. Then we introduced SOS ServerSave in November of 2011, and that brought to light and brought to functionality for all of our partners and enterprises physical to virtual conversion, bare metal backup for applications like Exchange, SQL, and SharePoint and Windows servers. It offers complete system state and app data backup. And recovery is very easy, and granular recovery is available for Exchange. So SOS ServerSave is a completely different product that really doesn't play in the space of SOS File and Folder Business and SOS for Home or Carbonite or Mozy. It really plays in this space. Go ahead and head to this. Yep, this is the space it plays in now. So SOS ServerSave rivals a different breed of competitor. We're really comparing to Zenith, Intronus, Acronis, eVault, Asigra, all of those guys. It's a complete solution that offers bare metal backup and recovery for pretty much any server in your business, and a complete laptop and workstation recovery solution as well.
And again, a lot of our partners up until November were also partnered with these companies for their local backup and image-based backup and recovery strategies. Since the addition of ServerSave, we've seen a tremendous rate of conversion for our older partners, leaving those relationships and coming on to SOS now that we're pretty much providing exactly what they're providing and at a fraction of the cost. We have some good questions coming in. We have one, any plans for Windows 7.5 mobile Mango support? Well, Eric, we plan on supporting all major mobile platforms. Once that develops a little more, then we'll certainly get into that. John asks, do you have any plans to add sync or web dev access to the cloud files similar to Dropbox? Well, funny you should ask, we do have an SOS Collaborate service which does play a little more in that realm. As far as the backup is concerned, backup and storage services like Dropbox or Box.net they're not backup services, yeah. to put it very blunt. Yeah, they're online storage, and yeah, they'll keep data there, but that's really where the rubber meets the road in comparing against backup and storage. Backup is really a tool. Storage is kind of a nice to have. Backup means you're going to write many times and read rarely, whereas storage means you're going to write a few times and read all the time, or share, or comment. So yeah, Derek is right when he says we do have SOS Collaborate, which is a Dropbox-like service, and it's a secure Dropbox-like service, but it's not backup. So your partner specialist can absolutely tell you more about SOS Collaborate, and it is available. Yeah, and I recommend it. I use it all the time. It's great. So Tim has another question. You advertise, or another comment and question. You advertise that you don't throttle backup speed. Are there options to throttle for the purpose of keeping some bandwidth available for regular internet usage? Great question. yes, there is an option in the Advanced Options tab when you go to the software to set, how much you'd like to use. Now, the throttling is rather light because throttling, for the most part, in our service is automatic. It's pretty much going to play very nicely, but very much secondarily to every other process that's running. You'll see your bandwidth really speed up and speed down as the rest of your network shares that connection. So if you're running our backup, you won't all of a sudden see that, all of your other upload processes are going down. For the most part, no one's uploading a whole lot of data. Your regular upload usage is pretty light. And when you're backing up, of course, that's what you're doing. When you're downloading and you're recovering data, unless it's just simple file and folder, like if you're trying to recover a lot of stuff, you probably want to use as much as you can. Mike asks, does SOS allow web-based server backups? Well, all you have to do is install the program on the web server. So if you have remote access, contact your data center company and see if they'll let you get in there and install a backup program to run that. But basically, our system's limited to your access to the machine and to the files. If you can install the program, and if the Windows user can read and write those files, whether that's a network drive, a map drive, NAS, whatever it is, we can back up the information from that.
Alex asks, how do you back up Gmail? At the moment, Gmail backup is not available, but we're looking to have it available in later 2010. And the idea behind doing that is that any of your online services can get compromised or hacked at any time. It's good to be able to have all that information. I mean, I have information in there that I probably shouldn't have in there in my own Gmail account, and I should have it backed up somewhere. And we've got some other questions coming in.
All right, so Mike says, this is my dedicated server, and I figured it would. Thanks. Yeah, terrific. That's that's a big differentiator between us and other cloud-based solutions also, Mike, is that we build ours with the intention of our customers using 100% of what we give them, rather than a lot of services, they limit you and they kind of hobble what you can do as a user. You can't get external drives, you can't get certain file types, you can't get map network drives. If the information is important to you, go get it, and that's our take on the whole thing. Another question from, forgive me if I say this incorrectly, Emery, is deduplication built into your solution? Well, there is a layer of deduplication on our backup server side, but it may not be exactly what you're asking for. Our front side system looks at files uniquely based on the complete file path. For instance, if you have a file called quotes and it's under some folder for direct customers, and then you have another file called quotes, same file type, but it's under a different file path, deduplication would see those as the same file, and one would get overwritten, even though they could be completely separate. Our system would see those as completely separate because we look all the way back to the machine name and then the complete file path. So that's how our system works. It's more of a backup feature than a storage option feature. And deduplication on our end is a lot different than what you may be asking. Our deduplication has to do with kind of a bit level deduplication when we're talking about delta level backups. Eric asked, do you have any SPLA agreements with Intel hybrid cloud services? And I kind of revert back to Shailen, but I do not believe we do.
Not that I'm aware of, though I have to admit I would need to do my research on what that is.
Yeah, good question. Cool.
All right, and I don't see any more questions right now, so we'll go ahead and move on. That was just a quick slide on our recent fourth-time win of the PC Magazine Editor's Choice Award for online backup, so that's pretty exciting. And it's for the version 5.0 software which SOS ServerSave is built on. So we're pretty happy about that. You can rest assured that PC Magazine has seen what we're doing and is happy with it.
Yeah. And what's funny is that they still have the screenshot from our old beta, which was our first award with them was in our version 1 beta. And we've built kind of a culture around being winners here at SOS, and it has to do with our dedication to security. So again, it's very tempting to pull in like sync features into a backup application or move from backup into more of a storage option, but really we're focusing on security. So those of you dealing with high security needs clients, so anyone in financial industry, legal, government, education, healthcare, that's really where we're pretty untouchable. It's where we're number one.
Zach asks, how do you compare in features to Doyen's? Number one, I can tell you that this is a much more affordable solution than Doyen's. Doyen's does, however, have an option that offers cloud failover. Derek, correct me if I'm wrong on that. And that's not something that SOS ServerSave does at this time, but it will do later in the year. Additionally, if you're a managed service provider, you have to consider what you're getting as a reseller. The SOS 360-degree partner program is an extremely comprehensive reseller program that really is a business in a box for you to go to market very quickly and have all the materials for sales, marketing, and industry backup information to get you in there with your clients and get you selling.
Yeah, and let's just go into that and let's show you what this looks like, and then we'll go back more into kind of our competitive discussion after we run through the program and the software a bit.
Alex asked, do you require exclusive agreements with partners when they are reselling your products?
We do not require exclusive agreements. We do have some partners with exclusivity, but it's not typically something we do. We did, and I don't believe we've done an exclusive agreement for a number of years, actually.
Again, a huge amount of value that SOS brings to the table for all you guys is our flexibility. We don't force you to buy any hardware. We don't force you into exclusivity. We don't really force you to do anything other than use our secure cloud and our military-grade data centers, which is really what you're buying the service for anyway. Any more questions while this demo gets popped up here? We're more than happy to answer anything you guys have got.
Okay, so first I just remoted into a Server 2008 box running R2. And first I'm just going to go through the backends. Like, what is the web package? The web package is a completely unique thing that SOS has come up with. There is no like offering in it or in the market. It really is quite special, but we saw it as an important item to help our partners really launch not only this service, but launch into the managed service market. The use of the program is also quite flexible and up to you. We have some partners who loved it so much that they moved from all their primary websites into this as their primary website. We have another set of customers who have a bit of a balance. They have their primary, say acmetechnologies.com, and then they use it as a pseudo product site. And then we have other partners who are very advanced in their web development, their SEO, and they're not going to change any of that stuff. So they just use this site as a portal for the customers to log into and sign up on. Or if you get to that point, you just take our APIs and you build it yourself.
Tim has a good question. Do you pay for what you use, or do you have to purchase a set amount before you can sell? We are a wholesale program, so we do offer wholesale pricing on cloud space and storage